everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is brought to you by NARS that I had bought before they became non-cruelty free and moving backwards in time. But this one is a gorgeous pink. It's really smooth. It's a satin lip pencil, and it literally goes on like butter. It's like so smooth, like just. But too bad they went non-cruelty free. I don't know. Guess it's all about the money and who cares about who's being hurt, really. But my video today, I wanted to talk to you about anxiety, depression, panic attacks, that sort of thing, mental illness in general. For those of you who don't know, I do suffer from depression and anxiety and panic attacks every single day of my life. There's not one day that I don't have some form of depression or anxiety. But I've learned to try to keep it at bay, if you will. Whenever I mention this to people, like, they think, like, I don't know, it's something dirty, but it's not. I'm going to first talk about adult coloring. Right? I know it sounds weird, but it's not like adult, like rated X kind of stuff. It's just adult coloring. And actually, I drew this one myself with Faber-Castell. I haven't colored this one yet. This is why it's on a clipboard, because this is the one I want to color next. But this is my pride and joy here. This I got for half price. I had a scratch, and you get so many percentages off your purchase. So I think it came to $170 after tax. This is the Prismacolor Premier. They are artist quality pencil crayons. There's 150. And they're in every color you can imagine. So, oopsies. And the good thing is they each have numbers. So say I was to run out of this color, and I don't want to buy the whole kit and caboodle again, do I? No. There's a number on it right here. And all you do is go to the store, you look for that number, you buy that pencil. Easy peasy. So that's why I love this so much. And this is these are the greens and blues, and then there's browns in that. Those are kind of the purples, and underneath that's some more warm tone colors. It could be. It's not makeup, Brandy. So that's my one favorite thing. Like, this is like, my husband bought it for me for an early birthday present because I was totally into adult coloring. And this is just some stuff that I brought down. There's these Prismacolor Scholar pencil crayons that are similar to that, but they're not as good quality as those ones. And the Faber-Castell ones I already told you about. And then I got some Prismacolor pen, like, markers. And I got every Sharpie color and every Sharpie point. Like, there's the big ones, then there's the regular ones, then there's the fine point ones, then there's the actual fine point pen ones. Like, I have almost every single possible thing you can think of. I got watercolor ones. I got a kit of Faber-Castell in all different colors. My friend got me these. These are woodless color pencils. They are really cool to work with. They're actually woodless. And they're so cool. They got weight to them too, actually. Perfect for when you're traveling and you want to, like, you don't want to read, but you want to color. Like, they have coloring books in here, like coloring pages on both sides. It's called Color Therapy. And it is great therapy, guys. And you just carry it along in your purse. It's tiny. And the same with this one. But this one here, it's called Art Therapy Coloring Kit. It's magnetic, and you open it up. You got your coloring cards on one side. And on the other side here, you got some, they're not expensive, but they're just kind of cheap pencil crayons that you can take and, again, travel with you. It's small enough where it's not going to take up much room, and it gives you something to do while you're on the plane or waiting or, you know, whatever. You know, you don't want to lug that big prism one, right? And then I get into these really intricate ones. Like, look at the detail in this. Like, it's insane. Like, look at this. And I like getting right in there with the finest point that I have. It's awesome. It's so awesome. These are the two books that I got first. Very first coloring books. They are the Big Book of Mandala Coloring Book, Volume 1 and Volume 2. Look at how thick they are. I got them off eBay, actually, because I didn't know if Chapters out here would sell them, and they did, but I didn't pay any extra. And they just have a bunch of different style mandalas in them. And you color them. And that's how I learn. I actually draw mandalas freehand, me, who doesn't have any talent in the world. Like, look at how intricate this one is. This is Volume 2. Look at that. That's the stuff I love because it takes so much precision and so much energy just to, you know, color something that intricate and tiny. Like, I love it so much. It's from what it's called, Relaxing Therapy Coloring for Mindfulness. And it's got like some big, nice, fun coloring, not too intricate so you can color within the lines kind of thing. Zentangles. People are always like wondering, what are Zentangles? Well, Zentangles is basically just another name for doodling. You know when you're on the phone like 20 years ago or 30 years ago now probably, I'd be sitting at the phone station with the cord, and I'd have a piece of paper and a pen at the table where the phone is, and I would sit there and doodle while I'm on the phone. You know, right? That's what everybody did back then. And so someone came up with calling it Zentangles. And they are just that, doodles. They're doodles of all sorts of different Zentangle designs. It tells you how to make them. And it tells you what the names are of the specific design. It's really, really cool. I love drawing these. And then you shade them and you give them like you give them dimension, so it looks like they're, you know, they got some dimension, so you're looking at them one way and then you can look at them the other way and it's completely different. I just absolutely love this kind of stuff. It's so much fun, and I like, it's helped me through some dark days. believe it or not. So I'm not sitting there doing nothing, you know, thinking and getting depressed and miserable, and like this keeps your mind, especially if you're doing a really, really intricate one and your mind is just focused. It's like reading a book. I love reading books, mystery novels. Right now I'm reading Helter Skelter again. I've read it 4 times, and every time I read it, I learn something new. So between reading and coloring, which I haven't colored for a while because YouTube has become my hobby now. So I've been doing a lot of thinking and of what kind of videos to make and all that kind of jazz. So this has been put on the back burner, but by all means, it is still one of the favorite things of my pastime because it just helps so much. Depression and anxiety are, if you're dealing with them on an everyday basis, it is hell. Pardon my French, but it is. You feel worthless, you feel useless, you just, there's nothing that you can do to make yourself feel better. Sometimes you think in your mind, right? But if I, like, yeah, I could get up and I could color, but if I'm sitting there in a slump, I don't want to do anything. You got to force yourself. You got to get in that mindset and think, okay, I need to get up there. I need to grab a coloring book, some pencils, and just escape reality. And that's what I always say, escape reality, because reality sometimes is brutal. And especially if you're suffering from any kind of mental illness or any kind of illness, like, to be honest, if you're suffering from cancer, I know if I had this when I was going through chemo, it would have been a lot easier with sitting there for 8 hours a day by myself, you know, like, that would have been fun to do. But I just, every time I tell people about this, they think it's like something dirty, like adult coloring, you know, adult books, you know, the snuff magazines and stuff. They automatically think adult. No, it's not XXX. It's not nothing like that. It is just coloring for the mind, like keeping your mind busy on hard days. There are tons and tons of different kinds of coloring books for your specific interests. There's cars, there's comic characters, there's Hello Kitties, there's Minions, there's everything for everyone. So it's not just limited to, you know, hearts or whatever, you know, there's so much variety on pencil crayons or anything like that. I started out using Crayolas and they were just fine. And there's the Crazy Z Art, or Crazy Art, like CRA-Z and then -art. They're like a no-name Crayola. They were okay, but Crayolas were better. And I had no problem with Crayolas, and they're dirt cheap, so don't think that you have to like jump right into like the, you know, really expensive coloring things, because you don't have to. I was fine with Crayola. They were fine. And I still have some that I use, so it depends on what I'm coloring and what colors I need. Like, you know, not every brand has every color that you're looking for, so like, you can color with whatever you want, and you can color whatever you want. Heck, you can draw. I learned to draw. I learned to draw mandalas. So, I mean, the imagination can be a wonderful thing. It can be a horrible thing, but it can also be a wonderful thing. And if anybody out there is suffering from any type of mental illness or illness that is causing you pain, I pray for you, and I send my positive thoughts and prayers to anybody who is suffering from anything. It's not a fun feeling, and I pray for you all. Now, please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm trying to get to 750 so I can give away that lovely Medina palette along with some other goodies that I've thrown in. So let's get me there. I love you guys. You're beautiful inside and out. Don't forget that. And keep smiling. I will. See you in my next one. Bye, guys.